Mr. Transformers 96 here with another collection update slash office video. So I mentioned when I did my last collection video, since I moved and I have a totally new collection room, within that video I said that I also had the majority, 95% of my Pops. Oh, you can kind of see my cat there. There she is. I have the majority of my Pops in my office, and it's kind of it's a half office, half collection video, so I figured I'd do a review. And she's a Toy Story fan, as you can see. But yeah, I also just got a new pet, got little Leica there a couple weeks ago, yeah. So this is kind of a tour of my office, which doubles as a Funko collection video, basically. So let's get started. Sorry, she was distracting me. I also forgot to mention that, obviously, I moved into this new house with my wife, and she collects Pops as well. So this is actually, when it comes to just the merchandise in here, has been expanded greatly, because she had quite a large Pop collection. Oh, she's back. There we go again. She had quite a large Pop collection herself, so we combined our Pop forces. So there's a lot of the stuff in this room is not mine, or I guess Pop-wise, it's pretty 50-50 to be honest. So yeah, so let's get a closer look at the 3 Detolf cabinets that we do have in here. Alright, so going over the Detolf cabinets, I do have a space empty in the corner. That was just created empty, like 2 days ago, I think. I recently just finished putting up the last shelf in this room, which is why it took me a while to actually get to the collection video itself. But when I did that, I decided that the things that I had in that cabinet would be better served on the shelf. So I moved them. Haven't decided quite yet what's going to go in that shelf itself. But it's always good to have a blank one ready, because the collection usually takes the space that you have displayed in. But going over the stuff we actually have on display, the top center is Back to the Future. So my wife is a huge Back to the Future fan. We have quite a few of the Pops from Back to the Future, and there's an entire line coming out for the anniversary, like within a month or two. So we plan to get all of those, so that cube itself will be really expanding with all the new releases. But yeah, I do have quite a nice collection for Back to the Future currently. And then on the left, we have Jurassic Park, which I really like that shelf a lot. My wife is also a big Jurassic Park fan, and I think it looks great with all the dinosaurs and the human characters even. I think that it just creates a really nice looking set. We have a couple of Jurassic Park figures that can't fit in there, mainly the actual Jeep itself. It doesn't fit with having everybody else in there, so that is in a different location. But going down, we have my Pennywise collection, which, has always been in my collection room. Nothing changed with that. I set it up exactly the way that I had it in the collection room, just because I was very happy with that setup. To the left, Stranger Things, very much similar. I tweaked just the position of a few things. My wife had a couple of Stranger Things Pops that I included in there, so that changed up some of the positioning, but not much. It's basically the same design. And then on the right, Nightmare Before Christmas. This is one that I think will be expanding, and I might even use that blank spot up there for more Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, because there's a new line coming out for this year, like there always is, and that Oogie Boogie movie moment I definitely have to get, and that's quite big, so that one might be expanding soon. Going down, on the left, we have a Stitch Shrine, and let's lower the camera so you can get a better view here. Alright, there you get a little bit better view of the Stitch collection there. As you can see, quite a few variations. My wife, again, big Stitch fan. In the middle Coraline, that's set up exactly the way I had it in my collection. It's set up perfectly in my mind, so I'm like, I'll never change it unless there's more items added. And on the right, we have practical effects, basically. The top section is from the Leica animation studio, which is why the cat's named Leica too. We have the Pops from everything except for Coraline, because obviously Coraline, I have enough stuff to make its own cube. And then right under them we have Dark Crystal Pops, mainly from the Netflix show, but a couple from the original movie too. And then when we get a second cat, because we do plan to get 2, the next one's going to be named Pixar, so our cats will be named after animation studios, which I'm quite a fan of. Then we go down to the bottom left. These are Pixar shorts. You know, the 4 figures in there are from Funko, and then I have just other Pixar short memorabilia stuff. I have the plush from Bao, the pin from the Snow Globe short, and then the 3 Blu-rays. Same design that I had in my collection room. Then in the middle we have Haunted Mansion, Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. As you can see, nice collection. They actually came out with a lot of Haunted Mansion figures quite recently, and I was able to give them a full cube, which is great. There's some more coming out too that we're both very excited about. And then on the left, it is the park exclusives, basically. I myself, you guys probably know I'm a huge Disney fan, so is my wife, and we've tried to get a lot, or all of the park exclusive pops, or at least the ones that we really care about. So there's a bunch in there, a lot of the movie moments, and then a couple of other like kind of single or 2-pack for the park exclusives. There's a couple more that just don't fit in there just because there's not enough space, that are in the rest of the collection, so I can point them out. But there you go, that is the set of DTOFs there. Do have quite a big collection on top though, so let's show you that. Alright, so big Disney collection on top here. Going over to like the smaller of the 2 collections, we have some Frozen stuff. Very nice. And then moving over to this Disney portion, this is all Pixar. I probably had a little bit more Pixar than her, but she had quite a lot herself, so combining it made an awesome Pixar collection, I think. I really love this. On the left side, mainly, as far as the first 2 rows, all Incredibles. And then we move it over to some just miscellaneous Pixar things, you know, Inside Out, Monsters, Inc., Coco. In the middle, the vehicles from Toy Story, and Up with that awesome Up house, which just is a great like centerpiece for the whole collection. And then moving it over to a lot of Toy Story, but with some Ratatouille, Onward, bit of Bug's Life, splash of Cars, just to top it all off. Really like the Pixar collection. I actually think it looks really cool, and it's quite like grand. It's very big, which is awesome. Moving over, here we'll just show you a grand view of the desk area. So this is my wife's desk portion. Got some Toy Story stuff on the printer, and then just moving over a bunch of miscellaneous toy collection things of hers. She's a huge Roger Rabbit fan. We've got those pops on her desk. Big Pokemon fan too. She's got a square Pokemon. Got a bunch of Disney stuff up here. And she is cursed like me with being a fan of the mystery boxes. Alright, and then at the top we have a shelf that is all Disney, non-Pixar, it's just Disney heroes. So, really all mixed in. You can see there's a couple like kind of centralized collections, I guess. Right in the middle there, a lot of Little Mermaid. And then, yeah, all sorts of Disney hero goodness. Moving over, right above the window, we have, this is the shelf that's miscellaneous. So this is just kind of stuff that isn't big enough to occupy a huge space itself, basically, but, you know, we have. So on the right side here, it's all movie stuff. So as you can see, the Jeep that I was mentioning is displayed there. Some Hocus Pocus, Split, Princess Bride, Austin Powers, Jaws, Kingsman, just a bunch of stuff. A little more Jaws in the middle there. And then we kind of transition to a little more animated stuff that's also miscellaneous though. It's just all sorts of animation, non-Disney, but all sorts of animation. I know the Dalek isn't. I had more live action than I did animation, so like the Dalek, Tron, and Ready Player One that are like kind of questionable ones, I just threw them on animation. And then moving over to the shelf above my desk is Marvel. On the right here we have Marvel Heroes. And as we move over, it transitions into Marvel Villains, which I have a few more of than the heroes. And I got like a line of chases there, which I kind of like. It's just a ton of chases. And then just to wrap off the top of the room here, above the closet, we have another shelf that is half Harry Potter. Decent Harry Potter collection. Oh, I forgot that one pop fell. I haven't picked it back up yet. And then on the other half, it is Tim Burton, which is an interesting kind of section. I decided to do a Tim Burton one because I just got the Tim Burton / Joel Schumacher Batman figures in, within the past couple of weeks. Really love them and wanted, them in a nice display. But also realized I have some other Tim Burton stuff, and I've got a bunch of Tim Burton stuff on pre-order, so it'd be cool just to do like a Tim Burton style section. So mainly Batman in the middle. On the left, decent collection for Beetlejuice, and on the right we've got that Nightmare for Christmas movie moment. But I do have the Corpse Bride and some Edward Scissorhands pops on pre-order, which are going to come out in September, so that'll help cap off that collection. And just so you kind of get a bearings as to where you are in the room, so there's the shelf that we were just looking at. You go down, you get the closet, as well as my reviewing desk. Above it, a couple autographs. And then we move over to my desk, riddled with post-it notes and things. I'm actually working from home right now due to the whole pandemic situation, so I work within the collection of pops, which is kind of fun. And then we move up here. On my desk, I've got a bunch of little cubes with various toys and stuff. Have an Umbrella Academy and DC Villain cube there. And on top, the thing that when it comes to pops, the thing that I like, or mainly, or most of all, I guess is a better way to put it, is Disney villains. So the top of my desk is strictly Disney villains here, of all variety. Very nice. And they're always doing more villains, which is great. So I'm pretty happy about that. Got a couple small shelves on the side. Live action Aladdin, bit of Simpsons. And then, yeah, that is the collection. And you can hear a cat from the outside. I decided to shut the door this time. So there's the collection. Give you a little spin here, just so you can see where everything is relative to each other. And all the cabinets. Alright, so there's my pop collection / office tour. I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you guys, just because although it is just the office, it is extremely pop heavy. It's a bit of a office / collection. So there's enough to show you that's toy related for sure. So there you go, that's my collection video, or I should say our collection video, as basically half this stuff is my wife's, as she's quite a fan of pops too. I collected a little bit of pops before her, but she's the one that really got me into pops, and now we have an addiction. So yeah, but isn't that what collecting's all about? So let me know what you guys think of the pop collection. Any big changes that happen in here, or maybe down the line when a lot of new pops are added, we can update this as well. So let me know what you guys think, and thanks so much for watching.